Cypher. Peace, y'all. It's your boy Vinny Venom, man. The Commission Cypher, Ep.14. We live at the Hydro Bar, man. Excited to be up here, man. Saturday afternoon. You know what I'm saying? We start a little bit late. Our apologies for the, you know how live shit go. You know what I'm saying? But we up here. What's up, T-Rap?
Fashionably late. Come on now.
What did Nas say? Never on schedule, but always on time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we live and direct in the building, man. Listen, we live. Format's a little bit different today, but we live. So I want to welcome everybody to the Commission Cypher. First and foremost, if you are new to the channel, I want you to like, dislike, subscribe, repost, share, comment, whatever you feel is necessary. I want y'all to interact with the channel, man. I'm super excited because we just hit 50,000 views plus.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I'm excited about that, man. There's been a lot of engagement on the shorts.
Appreciate y'all.
There's been a lot of engagement, period. Yeah, man. So shout out to everybody that's been tapped in. Tira, I told you when we started this shit, I was like, I wasn't really sure how it was going to end. I should say start. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't necessarily sure how it was going to start. And I felt like maybe it would come to an end. I would get tired of this shit, or I just didn't want to, you get in your own mind, but
right.
We're gonna get to 150 subscribers today, right? Which is dope. We've been getting some new subscribers every day. People come on the channel every day. And the dope thing is a lot of people have been coming back to the channel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially to call me out. I've been getting a lot of slack on the JID Forever story. Which y'all was coming at my head, bro. So yeah, I get a lot of interaction with the Pusha T comments that I made. But it's dope because listen, the reason that we started this shit, right, was for us to conversate about hip hop, right, culture. Mm-hmm. Keep things out there that need to be out there. There's a lot of artists who get that major look. They got enough, promo and marketing, right? So we want to really cater to the other artists that maybe ain't really getting that shot, or we want to educate y'all on something maybe you never heard before, a catalog, a discography you've never had the opportunity to fuck with, right? So
right,
like, subscribe, share, all of that, man. I appreciate everybody tapped in. The live chat is open, so anybody who want to interact with us, definitely do that. Again, we just happy to be here, We happy to be here. What's good with you, T-Rap? What's new, man? How you? How's everything?
Big chillin'.
Dope.
Always. I mean, I'm always on that bag.
Always.
What you mean?
Always.
But
I need you to that chill. You know what it is though? It's the tree, dog.
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
So shout out to all my tree huggers, bro. All my tree smokers.
Hey, we love it.
Yeah, man, it's been a crazy couple weeks, man. I know emergency, because we are in a state of emergency. There's a lot of things going on now that can impact the next 5-10 years of the game.
Yes, sir.
But there's also a lot of shit to celebrate, man. A lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? What's been a rotation for you, man? You been bumping anything? What's been a rotation on your side?
That Clips album.
Still burning?
Still.
That's dope.
But
yeah, I mean, me too, man.
That JID shit. That shit's on repeat too. Like, I can't get enough of that. But I mean, I'm a JID fan, so a little bias there. But like,
a little.
That's my dog.
Yeah, man. Shout out to JID. I know we're gonna talk a little bit about that today because his run on his album's been impressive, man. He's been out there talking to everybody.
Yeah.
The music sounds great,
bro. Bars.
Yeah, man. He's
the flow switch too. Like,
yeah, we gonna get into it.
I don't even know. I saw something. It was like 47 different flows or some shit.
What?
Bro, it was retarded.
47 different flows?
Bro, it's stupid.
Wow, that's insane. Yeah, there's a lot of great music. So a lot of the stuff today, man. The tone of this episode today is really gonna be insinuating the positives of the culture, but also talking about the problems and some of the things that's happening now that we really need to kibosh and kill because we gotta keep this thing going. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is in a state of emergency right now, and there's a few things that we need to address on that side. Shout out to the Hydro Bar, man. Shout out to everybody that's been tapped in, man. Tim and the fam up here, they've been doing a lot of events lately, so I want to salute them. They've been in the community heavy, man. Shout out to New Mexico United. We hooked them up with a machine this week. The whole team's gonna be able to hydrate at a high level. Those guys are athletes. Those guys are top tier athletes. So super excited about that. Shout to Diego Pava. I know that there's been a lot of great communication and a lot of great interactions between Tim and Diego. So that's dope. Salute to him. Hydro Bar on and popping. When you guys come in, let them know Vinny sent you. Let them know the Commission Cypher sent you. This is the man. Congratulations to you, T-Rab. I appreciate you, man, on production side. 50,000, man. That's a milestone, bro.
No doubt.
So I'm excited about it. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep going. I guess let's jump into the first segment, which is really the big narrative around the episode today. A lot of shit going on, man, with this Drake situation, man. So tell me, man, what's the latest on this UMG Drake shit?
Well, so latest he brought in Lucian Grainge into the lawsuit. So he's actually dropping names on, these big name executives, trying to bring things to light, I guess.
So what you saying? So you saying that he's naming Lucian in a lawsuit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like by name.
Yeah, I seen he actually had a lot of executives in a lawsuit, bro.
Yeah, he had. I mean, there was it's like 5 of them. Wow. Ramon Alvarez Smeekle.
Okay.
Vice President of Interscope.
Okay.
Jordan Bell, the content marketing or influencer and content marketing at Interscope. Steve Berman, the president of marketing at Interscope. Anthony Butcher and his company, Hitmaker Services. Tiffany Bullock, the senior manager of influencer and content marketing at Interscope. And Jesse Collins of Rock Nation. Additionally, he named Kojo.
Why Rock Nation, though? That's wild to me. I understand the Interscope. That makes sense.
I mean, yeah. That goes hand in hand.
PG Lang is with Interscope.
Right.
Rock Nation.
Yeah, you're
maybe
right.
Because of the Super Bowl, maybe? Because Jay's Rock Nation, maybe that's why?
Has to be.
Okay.
And then Kojo, Mane Asamoah.
Okay.
Who he finally served over a dozen attempts earlier this month, as well as UMG's iconic CEO, Lucian Grainge. So, he's throwing out these big name executives, I guess, like I said, trying to make a point. I don't know what he's trying to do. I really don't know what he's trying to do in the first place.
I think he's barking up the wrong tree. Now, I did see this. I did see in here that Interscope basically said, look, man, there's some discovery that we have about your conduct with minors and things of that nature. Did you see that?
Yeah, they were just going to clap back with that.
Here's my thing, bro. If Drake feels some kind of way that Interscope and UMG hindered his look to renegotiate his contract at a lesser value, I understand Drake's point. I get that, right? I understand that.
Yeah.
But what is the ultimate goal here? Is it to just drag everybody through the mud and settle? Or are you trying to change? Are you trying to change the way the industry's built? Because here's my thing. Drake's fine. He's got an album rollout. He's got interest in his Iceman shit. I heard it's coming out Halloween, October 31st. He's been doing these little YouTube clips, dropping records.
I mean, that'd be kind of fire.
So if this is additional promo for him, and marketing for him, good for you.
I mean, true.
But you got to capitalize now. And in my opinion, if you're saying that Lucian Grainge knew about Not Like Us and decided to move on that chessboard against Drake, to me, that's crazy. Because in the midst of the battle, you think Kendrick's really like, I think it's happened on a weekend maybe, even when he was dropping them records, like, how's Lucian Grainge going to hear the record and at least be notified that, hey, Kendrick's dragging Drake through the mud. Maybe I need to do something about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that. Because there's no way, in my opinion, oh, DJ Jason in the house. What's up, baby? How you, bro? What's up, G? Filling up, baby. Hey, man, my peoples is up here. We live right now, so. Dope. So I think part of the problem is, right, is that Drake is trying to prove a point that, hey, these guys defamed me during negotiations and they hurt my brand for calling me a PDF.
I mean, true.
But what side of Drake doesn't understand that this is a battle? This is hip hop. Like, let's take it, like, let's rewind. Let's say this happened with Jay and Nas. Let's say Nas got so upset that Jay said he fucked his baby mother. I came in your baby back seat, skeeted in your Jeep, left condoms on your baby seat. Yeah, brother, the gloves is all. The love is done. It's whatever, whenever, however nigga want. If Nas got that upset about it, you think Nas would sue Jay-Z for defamation? Absolutely not.
Nah, there's no way.
Right. So there's a level of sensitivity in the situation, which I don't understand coming from the culture. But I guess we've never really had an artist of this caliber at this level, $400 million deals, where these things do happen in the industry. Like, let's not get it twisted. Like, some of the stuff that he's talking about could very well be true.
Right.
But for me, you're taking away from the culture. And when I say it's a state of emergency, T-Rab, I say that because what's going to happen? Like, let's just play devil's advocate for just a sec. Let's say Drake wins this defamation lawsuit. Do you think that UMG is going to put themselves in a situation for this to ever happen again?
Oh, never.
So battling on wax is in jeopardy.
Right.
Because what do you do when you battle?
You talk your shit.
You talk your shit. I said it up here on this podcast, yo. It's like, fuck you, fuck your girl, fuck your moms, fuck your baby, fuck your dead grandmother. Like, the expression of battle rap, right, is to roast you verbally in an eloquent way, in a smart way, in a very creative way, in any way that you can to defeat your opponent. But if this lawsuit, if Drake actually gets a W on this lawsuit, it's going to change the whole game for hip hop. And that's the part of me that I'm not happy with. Mm-mm. Now, again, does Drake have a valid point in saying, like, yo, these guys mess with me to you know, during my negotiation period, and now they trying to cut me at the knees, right? And because you gotta realize too, right? And I'm reading here in this article, you know, you gotta realize too that Drake is in an album cycle right now.
Right. Full blown rollout.
You know, it says right here, you know, Drake is hard at work on his Knife Studio album, Iceman. He put out his first single, What Did I Miss, back on July 5th. Followed that up with the Central C record on July 25th. So my whole thing about it is Drake is in a album cycle right now. And he's maybe trying to benefit off of what whatever UMG's lacking on his side. Because I feel that because there's open litigation now, he's not going to get the push that he thought he was going to get for this album. It's going to be, I think this is probably going to be the test to whether Drake can go to a whole nother level and overcome this, or we're going to see that downfall.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it says here too that in the article that he's putting all these executives in there for deceptive business practices, right? Drake's claiming he seeks statutory and actual damages in an amount to be determined at trial basis on expert opinion and analysis, plus treble damages and attorney fees, costs pursuant to Section 349 of the New York General Business Law, as well as prejudgment and post-judgment interest. So I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to get all these experts from different record labels for them to testify on business practices. Hey, does this happen? Does this happen? Okay, can you tell me about this? Can you tell me about that? To me, it's going to open up a door for Drake because he's been privileged to have that same system work with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it could very well be a double-edged sword for him. It really could be. Like, you could end up, like, trying to kill your enemy but also gutting yourself at the same time.
I feel that.
And to me, that's why, you know, I feel that, again, from a business standpoint, you got to stand on business, and I'm not really upset about the business side of things because I do think the industry needs to be turned upside down. Mm. In my opinion, I think Drake would be an incredible testament to going independent at that level to see what he could do. Now, I don't know if you remember, but I'm going to school you on something. When Drake first came in the game, this was alleged. I don't know if we have proof of it at all. But when Drake signed his first deal with Cash Money, at the time he signed a deal to where it was like, yo, Cash Money, UMG's just going to help me distro my music, and they take a percentage off the distro. You're just going to help me distribute it. Everything else I keep. You know, so it's like I keep all my masters and all of that. Now, he's been able to leverage that for so many years because of his hit-making ability. So he's had very good business acumen throughout this period of time.
Right.
We can't hate on that. You got to have your business right. If you make great music and you have your business right,
bro,
God bless. Like, no issue. Mm. I just think for me, bro, what he's doing is he's targeting the culture to where moving forward, if he wins this defamation, which I don't know, there's a chance he could win it. I don't know. But it's really going to change how rappers compete. And as we talked about on this pod, right, like the genesis and the nucleus of hip hop, right, is battle. Battling graffiti. Facts. On the wall. Tagging up. Breakdancing battling. MC battle. DJ battle. Everything's always been in that spirit of competition, right? So if Drake's going to take hip hop to that level, I'm very, very concerned about the culture, right? Because it's going to change how things are. You know, the Pusha T interview through the album cycle, I knew about this when it was happening. I had heard about it. But him to say it in public really put a perspective on these things happen behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, is Drake king to be able to say, hey, I don't want that out. You need to change that. Maybe that's why Interscope decided to say, hey, we're going to give Kendrick that boost because we need another artist to be at that level. I don't feel that record labels, well, I do feel record labels have their favorites and they push who they want. You know, Lady London's not going to get a Lucian Grainge call, but Drake will. You understand what I'm saying?
True.
So it's a slippery slope, man. Now, I do want to say this. So I just seen this too. Drake wants to have Kendrick's contract.
Yeah.
Now, allegedly, Kendrick's, or I should say UMG's team sent it off, but it was heavily redacted. So now, so it says here the legal team filed a view in June, which they said it was unreadable. So they got a copy of it. It was unreadable. So when UMG produced the redacted version of it, right, it was a 22-page agreement, and they said, we can't read it. It's unreadable. It's incomprehensible. So now, Drake and UMG, they're basically asking permission to file an under seal contract between UMG and Kendrick's Duckworth so that only Drake can see it. So basically, like, Drake's team can look at it.
Right. And the
public won't have access to it.
The judge The judge shut that down.
No, he didn't.
I saw that he shut that down.
It says here, Judge Jeanette A. Vargas has granted UMG's request to file Kendrick Lamar's contract under seal, ruling it contains sensitive business info and that it's protecting UMG's interest of Lamar's privacy outweighs public access. So the judge is basically saying that Drake will be able to see Kendrick's contract, but the public can't see it. Now, like I said, that's when things to me get sticky because those things are confidential. Why would Drake's team need to see it? To compare? To see like, hey, why didn't we get that? Or why didn't we see that? That's a slippery slope, my brother. That's insane to me, bro. And it says here, UMG has made it sufficient showing that the information that Drake seeks to seal qualifies as confidential, sensitive business information. Because each artist gonna have a different contract and a different, set of obligations, bro. Things that are potentially negotiated at the table. You understand what I'm saying? Like, no one should have access to that. So now what it says here is that the judge also said it's best practice to help preserve UMG's business relationship and interests and privacy interests of non-parties. So it's going to be interesting to see if Drake will be able to view other important information. It says he's also demanding to see texts and emails from Lucian Grainge prior to Not Like Us. So I don't know, man. I feel that I think it's an L to me for Drake in that sense because if the judge wants to see it to see if it's enough for defamation, maybe. But for Drake and his team to be able to see it and not the public, I think that's now you're going above and beyond where you should.
It's pocket watching.
And think about it. This is all because of the battle. This is all because Kendrick called you a pedophile. And Interscope, pardon me, Drake's team was saying that we got dirt on your boy Baca that they also threatened as well. So it's stupid to me, bro. And, that's why, like I said earlier, bro, I think that the reason I called this particular episode State of Emergency is because I don't think we realize what the fuck is happening right now as a culture. Like, the general public, obviously they don't care. Like, they're just seeing these two guys, go at it or whatever because of a record and a Super Bowl performance.
Right.
But, like, there's going to be implications to artists after this, the next generation of artists that, like, what if, Joey and them guys, think about it. What if Drake won this lawsuit early summer and this whole little playful thing between Joey and Ab-Soul didn't happen? Or couldn't happen because the labels are so scared of people suing this person. Like, it's open field at this point. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, a sensitive rapper in his pajama clothes can get hurt, you know what I'm saying? And say, yo, I'm suing y'all.
I hate you.
I'm serious, bro.
I hate you.
And that's, to me, the worst part about this whole lawsuit. This is the worst part about it, period, is that it's coming to a point now where it ain't about it's not about the culture. It's turning into something else. To be censored on a record, to me, bro, like that's something to me that I'm super scared about moving forward. You could be censored because this executive don't like what you're saying, and he's like, what are we doing? This is hip hop, bro. Like, why are we trying to turn a culture into something that is not? And if Drake's gonna be the guy to destroy it, like, we gotta be able to push back on him.
I mean,
in the same breath, like, we could salute him, we can enjoy his music, we can love what he brings to the game, and I think a lot of us do, right? Some are more fans than others, but like, you ain't gonna sit here and try to, nah, not on my. Hey, long as I'm still breathing, fuck no, I'm gonna be a thorn in your ass, bro. And I got a small platform, but I'm gonna be a thorn in your ass because I don't feel that's the right way to move, bro. Again, if you got proof that these things hurt your bottom line because of shady business practice from record labels, do it. Because guess what? Record labels are shady. And these motherfuckers is robbing you out your ass. You probably don't even know it. Maybe you do know it. Maybe Drake is at this point and says, I'm done with it. and good for him. But don't denigrate the culture while you're doing it, right? Don't do that shit. Take your L, baby. You know what I'm saying? You put up a good fight, my guy. You gonna be all right. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine, bro. Look at the records he's putting out now. Why you give me that look?
But like,
why you got the look on your face?
Because he's put out so much, and you hear Drake, oh, he blows up from that one drop, and he's dropped what? I don't even know. 20
joints?
Some shit. I don't know. I don't pay attention to Drake like that.
You don't pay attention because you on the Kendrick side. You on the K-Dot side. What do they call them now? The K-Bots?
Yeah, K-Bots. But like, and I mean, to be real though, like, and not even trying to defend anything, but like, that's been me forever. When Kendrick came out with Good Kid, it was like, all right.
No, I know that.
It's a
know
rap.
that. But I think sometimes, like, that's why I love having you on, because you're just a fan. Like, you a fan first. And I'm a fan first, too. But I've been in this business for a while. I see how things go. You biased as a motherfucker.
I'm biased as a
Drake dropped Iceman on the 31st. You're not even going to listen to it.
I mean, I might.
Right.
But I'm not going to be like, oh, my God.
Of course. Like, I mean, come on now. Come on now. But what I'm saying is that you got to look at it objectively. Like, look.
Right.
Like, me, I have to. Like, at this point, what we do here on the pod, like, I have to. Because if I don't, then that hurts our credibility because we can't look at things objectively.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No, you
bro,
have to.
In my opinion, Big is better than all of these guys, bro. Big is better than Drake, better than Kendrick. Like, get out of here. You ain't messing with Big.
I mean, true.
Okay.
Duh.
But to me, like, I can't go at it with that lens because,
right.
To be quite frank, that would make me look wild. Like, yo, why is Vinny saying that? He playing bias. He got his bias glasses on. Yeah, I don't want to be that kind of guy.
You can have your bias, but you have to have an actual hip-hop conversation.
It's just crazy because, like I said, I think that there's this, especially if Drake wins. Things will never be the same again. So we'll see what happens, man. We're going to keep our pulse on it. I know we talk about it a lot, and I know a lot of our audience, they're not really tired of it. They like our angle on it because we're not just talking about the battle piece, right? Yes, it's part of it, and usually for us, we talking from the battle level because that's what it was. We pay attention to the music. We don't care about all this cattiness bullshit. But I think when it affects the potentiality of business moving forward for the culture, we have to address it. You know what I'm saying? So
nah, for real.
Scarface was in the news recently. I seen he did an interview with Shannon Sharp.
Was it Shannon Sharp?
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
It was dope, man.
I didn't see that.
He was on what's the name of his podcast? Club Shay Shay.
Oh yeah. So
like he had a live band and he was like kind of talking about his records and how he wrote them and kicking a little verse or whatever. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. I know you got the article in front of you. What was the big headline was obviously, Scarface was bigging up Jay and DJ Khaled for helping him through a health scare.
Yeah, that health scare about 5 years ago. But he had COVID and kidney failure at the same time.
That's right. I remember that. Yep.
And I mean, it's crazy. He's here. I'm not even going to front. But DJ Khaled and Jay-Z helped him out a lot. When it came down to the bills, health expenses, all that bullshit, hip hop's not protected when it comes to that.
He said, quote, "I'm thankful," you know what I mean? Because I wasn't working. So shout out to Hove and DJ Khaled. When I talk to Jay, I call him the keeper of the culture, man, because he did that Big Brother shit. Mm-hmm. He chucked him a lifeline. He said, Jay-Z chucked me a lifeline. DJ Khaled chucked me a lifeline. So can't nobody tell me shit about Jay and Khaled, because they chucked me the lifeline. I love this, bro. Scarface is one of those guys to me that not only is he such a legend, he's literally on a Mount Rushmore of hip hop. Sure. Not only was he the only guy to kind of work with Pac and Jay, and he's been in the game for so long that I remember whenever that happened, I remember seeing on Instagram, and I was just like, I kind of got emotional, bro, because you know, Scarface to me is not only is he one of the greatest, but he's one of those guys that if it wasn't for him, there really wouldn't be not only just the Houston sound, but I also feel that realness of the South. He brought that realness to the South that no one other than him was able to bring. His storytelling was immaculate. His pen is immaculate. He's got so many great albums. And you know what, T-Rav, you know what I also want to add to it? Is I hear all the time Jay-Z as a punching bag. Like, yo, Hove don't do this and Hove don't do that. And where's Jay at with this, that, and the third? If we think about it, Jay's been very, 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 very helpful in a lot of situations. The Meek Mill legal situation. Remember he paid Lil Wayne's taxes. You know what I mean? Like the Scarface thing. Like Jay's came through and really helped out.
Clips.
So for all the fans out there who, you know, maybe don't like Jay or don't maybe like his music necessarily or want to bring up all the time that Jay don't do this and Jay don't do that, this is an example of Jay being who he is. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys, in my opinion, that if he can do it, he's gonna make it happen. And Scarface is held in such high regard that I wasn't surprised seeing this at all. You know what I mean? Because Jay and Face worked a lot. I remember Jay was on Face's Last of a Dying Breed, and then I think Jay was on Face was on a Dynasty album because him and Scarface and Siegel was doing a lot of records, kind of early Rockefeller days, right? And I always loved them coming together because Jay had that ability to be able to work with everybody, especially in his prime. Go down south, mess with Juvie. You know what I'm saying? Go mess with Face. Go to the West and mess with Snoop. He always had that ability to have those relationships, man. So love seeing this, man. This is kind of, you know, a heartwarming thing for me because we got to protect our legends, man. And, you know, I hear talk of all the time, oh, we got to unionize in hip-hop. I'm not sure how that goes, but this is a prime example of why things need to be set up for our legends and our forefathers of the game. Like, we gotta take care of them, bro. You know, because, you know, in a sense, without Scarface, you know, I'm not up here. You know, I was a huge I love Scarface as a kid, bro. His albums to me were just he painted so vivid pictures, and you know, he was really kind of that spokesperson for Houston. Right. And when I hear Face, I'm like, yo, the guys in Houston's dealing with the same stuff we dealing with in New York, right? Face is dealing with all the stuff we dealing with on the West Coast. He was just real, and he connected with so many people. So imagine if that, you know, I hate to play devil's advocate again, but imagine if that took a turn for a worse, where Scarface had this health battle and no one came to help him. How would that look back on the game? How would that look back on us as a culture? Like, we're not going to help. Right. You know what I'm saying? And look, I know Jay's not a staple. I know he's a billionaire, and, you know, some people say, oh, he's got money to blow. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But for him to do these gestures that he's done over the years, it tells you what kind of person he is. And I salute that for that. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
Earthquake happening? What the fuck's going on, man?
Bro, I had no idea.
That was fun.
I hope they don't, you know, fall through the roof or something, bro.
Yeah, man. Well, fuck it, bro.
Hey, we live.
You know, it is what it is. So, yeah, man, I love seeing that story. So I know a couple of things I want to talk about before we get out of here. We had some new releases come out. So what you got on the new release deck?
That Ghostface Supreme Clientele.
Supreme Clientele 2, baby. What you think, man?
Big moves. That was fire. It was a good album for sure. Like, Ghost did his thing.
I know you're a Woo fanatic.
Like, yo, bro,
I know you love the Woo.
Woo for life, bro. Come on, son. But like, nah, it was very like direct. Like, the shit that he was saying, it was just in your face, just like a slap in the face. Just,
he's very descriptive with his words.
Oh no, for sure.
Ghost has always been like that,
and I love it. Yeah, like, it was just it was a good mix. you know, between bars and you know, the beat selection.
So I was kind of like, okay, we've talked about it here on the pod. You know, Supreme Clientele to me is that album kind of resurgence. Woo. I actually want to. Is Jason over there too? I want to ask you about it. Yo, call him over here real quick. Jason. When you done, come over here. I want to ask you a question, brother. I got my brother DJ Jason in the house. What's up, baby? Hey, hand on the mic, T-Rap. I know you a woo head, right?
Yeah.
I know we all are kind of woo heads, right? So we about to talk about Supreme Clientele too. Did you get a chance to peep it?
I haven't peeped it. I've heard like 2 songs from it.
I know the first one you hold in high regard, right?
Absolutely.
So I want to ask you, from a Wu fan, why do you agree with me that album kind of saved Wu-Tang in the 2000s, the early 2000s? From a production standpoint, lyrical standpoint, that kind of gave them that little shot in the ass that they need at that time.
Absolutely. Because then everyone else started putting out there were single projects.
Yeah.
But I think it focused on them making strong single projects.
What makes you think Supreme is up there in Ghost catalog? What makes you think this is a really top tier? Because I think it's a classic, bro.
Oh, man. I like Cuban Links, actually.
Yeah, me too.
If we're talking about, I think that kind of
top
did
tier?
it. That kind of did it more for me than Clientele. Clientele was more like what, 90?
2000 came out.
2000.
Yeah, 2000. Okay.
Yeah, see,
so
I
this
was already...
like, because like if you think about it, and the reason why I bring it up, right, is because I want to get into two, and I've been listening to it. I'll get my thoughts on it, but, you know, 9-5 Cuban Links drops.
Yeah.
Liquid Swords drops in 95 too. So those albums were at the peak of the clan. Mm-hmm. So we had 36 Chambers, we had Cuban Links, we had Liquid Swords, then we had Takal, right? So we had these great albums, and then 97 comes out, Wu-Tang Forever, and they had all that problem with Puff. The Trying video was $1 million video. They didn't get it on radio because Puff was hating. So you start to see this decline from like 97. And then once Supreme Clientele hit, once Ghost came home from jail, like it had that resurgence. Then you had the W come out. Then the Iron Flag joint come out. You had Raekwon's second album. So I bring it up because I think Supreme Clientele, the sound of it, was like literally, I think it was RZA recreating himself again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And having that distinct sound. And I think people was counting Wu out. And I think Ghost really saved them during that era. You know what I mean?
100%. Absolutely. I agree with you.
Yeah, I want to get your thoughts on it, man. Because a lot of people hold Supreme Clientele up there. Like, I seen, and Iron Man, I forgot about Iron Man. Iron Man came out in 96.
And ODB's album.
Yeah. So they had just this huge kind of, they hit the ground running with 36. They got all these solo joints. And then, like I said, you know, things started to taper off after to Wu-Tang Forever because I think ODB got locked up.
Yeah.
Then Ghost was coming home. He had got locked up for a little while. Now, Supreme Clientele 2, I think you'll like it because it's very 70s, like late 70s themed.
Yeah.
A lot of the samples he pulled are real late. And just the shit he's talking, the storytelling on this motherfucker is immaculate. Yeah. There's a record on there called, I think it's called Trial. It's Jizza, Method Man, Raekwon. Bro, check it out, bro.
That Raekwon album is...
Yeah, that Ray album was tough.
I don't know. I might... If Ghost has... I don't know. I think that album might be a little bit better.
He's got a Nas verse. Oh, well, Ray had the Nas verse, too.
Yeah.
But that Nas shit was crazy. There's a joint at the end with Meth. That's crazy. I just encourage people to people because it's...
joint.
Yeah. Yo, Conway. Yo, that Styles P and Conway record.
Yeah, that's...
That Curtis made. Jesus.
I'm telling you, that... I think I've always liked Ray more than Ghost.
Would you... Really?
Yeah.
You put him... Okay, let me ask you. So, I know... Yo, everybody that's tuned in, my brother DJ Jason, he just getting here water. Like, his wife's over here, like, what is he doing over here? So I'm going to let him go in a minute because I know you got shit to do. But it's crazy you came in because I know you know this topic. In your opinion, who has the best discography in Wu-Tang? Solo, top to bottom. Who would you put up there? And I'm going to ask you the same thing too, T-Rap.
Man. Solo?
Yeah. Who's the strongest out of the crew solo? Because
we're talking just projects?
I'm just talking albums, bro. Like, who's got the strongest discography? in Wu-Tang. Solo.
Is Cuban Links Ray and Ghost?
No, that's right.
Is Ray.
Is Iron Man Ray and Ghost?
Is Ghost.
Okay.
Because if you remember on the CD, it says featuring.
But they're both,
Ray
yeah,
Carter.
they're both on, and
Right.
Cap was on that too. But
Yeah, because Cuban Links was featuring Ghostface Killah and Capadonna, but it was Ray's album.
I preference Ray.
You gonna do Ray? I ain't mad at that.
Actually, I might put Meth in there.
With Meth?
Absolutely. I think he's had hits consistently since then. And then really what started it all was his track.
Yeah.
You think about it.
Yeah.
Method Man was what? One of the first singles they dropped?
That was.
It was like,
I think that was
I
the
think,
first single.
Yeah.
I think Protect Your Neck was white label, so that was obviously the first joint, but I think the big record for now was the Method Man.
Yeah, it was a Method Man song. Absolutely.
Okay, before you answer, so I love Ray's discography as well. I know a lot of people hated on Immobilarity, but to me, I thought the album was strong. He had P Rock on it. You can't go wrong with P Rock.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
I look at it with production too in these albums, not just the artist.
It's impossible to drop Cuban Links as your debut and try to beat it. Like, you just can't.
Nah.
And I think people during that time when I
Well,
think it was 2000 when Immobilarity came out, they shit on the album. Like, I think the Source gave it like 3 mics.
As a fan, you know when you hear such a crazy project off the bat, unless every project is like that, even if it has one song on there you don't like,
Right.
cats are gonna be like, nah, I don't mess
What was
with
your
that.
thoughts on what was your thoughts on Cuban Links 2?
Fire.
So I thought it was just as good as 1.
I thought it was
It's like The Godfather
that's
to me,
crazy,
1 and
but
2.
That's a
Nah,
little
I'm
crazy.
telling you, bro.
It's good.
He had that feel, bro.
He did.
Like, it's hard, like, in my opinion, and I know I've been in the studio with a lot of different MCs and a lot of other artists. It's so hard to recapture a feeling because people don't take their time with their albums. They don't take time with it. Ray worked on that shit for like 10 years, bro, and Stash Records. It's the same thing I heard about Ghost with this Supreme Clientele too. There's records on the album he recorded over 20 years ago.
Long time ago.
That he just stashed. So it goes to show you that Wu-Tang in general, they're masters of creating great albums, but they take this shit serious to the point where,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? Like, everything has to mean something.
Yeah.
And
but
Cuban Links 2
it's hard
was
to
like,
hit lightning twice. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's
but
hard.
I said when Cuban Links 2 came out, it was like, you pick up where Cuban Links 1 ends.
For sure.
2
It's definitely
starts
a
like
sequel.
that. And I mean the production on it, from RZA shit to Dre shit to Eric Sermon to all these great Scram Jones. He had that feel. Thing about 2 though, before you get out of here, but thing about Supreme Clientele 2 is when you listen to it, don't go in it thinking that it's Supreme Clientele 1.
For sure.
It's got that feel of Ghost talking that elaborate, crazy, off the wall shit, but it's got a theme to it, and he weaves it very, very well.
Yeah, it's
You know
like
what I'm
modern day hip hop. Like you said, the 70s samples, all that.
A little bit, and a
modern
dope
day
thing to it.
production
Like there's a period in the album. Shout to I think it was DJ Thorough maybe. Look at the Todd Boogie. Pardon me, DJ Todd Boogie. In the middle of the album, there's skits on this album that are great. Shout to Dave Chappelle. He's got some funny ass skits on this shit.
The pause one had me dying.
Yeah. So right after Pause, there's a joint called Georgie Porgy. You're gonna notice a sample as soon as you peep it. But through that little section of the album, he's rapping over break beats. And he's taking it back to kind of like pre Wu-Tang type thing. So
I'm
it's
excited
fire,
for
man. I peep it, man. Let me know what you think.
Let me know when you want to talk about that Alfredo too, though.
What you think of that, bro? Better than 1?
Oh yeah.
I think so too.
100%.
I think so
You wanna
too.
talk about albums that hit harder than the first one? All day.
That shit's tough.
Let me
Hey
know.
man, good seeing y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Love. Thanks for coming through. Yeah, shout to DJ Jason, man. He had one of my favorite episodes up here, man. He's just a hip hop head, bro. I could talk to that dude all day about shit. But like I said, man, I really like 2. I love Supreme Clientele 2, and it's because I went into the album. I really wasn't know what to expect. I heard Rap Kingpin. You know what I'm saying? Where he got the Check Out My Melody with the Mighty Healthy, and then the Metaphysics joint was insane to me. So I really enjoyed it, man. I love Ghostface because I know he's gonna take me on a ride, and I love Ghost because he's always gonna give you a quality album. like I said, it's about sequence. He sequences these albums very well. He takes things very, very serious, man. So if anybody's not just a Wu-Tang fan, if you're just a fan of hip-hop being delivered in a package with a theme and a flow and a weave that makes sense and is very good to the ear, check it out, man. Check it out, bro. I love the Soul Thing record with Nems and Rick the Villain.
Yeah. That was like a cypher type.
I just love that shit, and I love the skits too.
I don't even know there was like 8 different people on it.
Fucking Knuckles, the end of the album had me dying, yo. That Knuckles skit had me fucking dying. Oh man, shout out to Ghost, man. I said it before. I keep saying it. There's this theme this summer of grown man hip hop, and this is another album I'm putting in that category of just being that grown man hip hop, to where, these kids out here doing their thing. These little 18, 19-year-olds out here doing their thing. Don't get it twisted. But for us old heads and some of us guys who like our music curated in a certain way, I encourage y'all to peep it, man. So, but I love the storytelling on it, man. That like cinematic street shit. I love that, bro. There's a record on there. It's called Fourth Disciple, and he's basically rapping about one of his homies before before they get into a deadly shootout. And the way Ghost writes with that really descriptive pen with them big words and them extravagant, descriptions.
Yeah.
It literally you close your eyes and you visualize it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, shout out to Ghost, man. Shout out to Massive Pill. They doing such good work over there, man. I love what they doing right now, bro. The merch drops, everything. Our legends are being positioned in the right light. And another thing, before we jump to the next topic, Ghost getting on the Breakfast Club and Ebro and all of these great platforms that are kind of new to the culture. I love that, and I wish that more of our legends would get on that. Because they got to connect with the new crowd. You understand what I'm saying? They got to kind of connect to it. So, But shout out to Ghost, man. That 80s hip hop, it's like it goes in the 70s with that Curtis May shit, that Marvin Gaye shit. And then it gets into like that 80s rock hymn, you know what I'm saying? Break beats. And then he just closes it like just great. So I encourage everybody, people, but do not go into the album thinking like, oh, it's going to be just like Supreme Clientele 1. RZA's not even on this album, production-wise. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
He got a great mix of producers that really, I think, curated a sound that he wanted. Shout out to Scram Jones. Young Guru actually mixed a couple records too from Rock. So the sounds are very crisp. You know what I'm saying? Very, very crisp.
No doubt.
Before we get out of here, man, JID, God does like ugly, man. I know you are a resident JID guy. GD Jib, man. How's I guess for you, I want you to react. What's been your reaction to the project, man? Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? I know you spoke highly of the last album. What'd you think of this follow up?
As a follow up, it was a good album. It's not like a
Is it better than the last joint?
I can't tell yet. Because, like, the Forever Story was so cohesive. And that story front to back was it was great.
Yeah.
It had the height.
Yeah.
It brought you back down to earth. You know what I mean? Had that deep cut. And then he kind of did the same thing with this one.
Yeah.
Super hype. Very, I wouldn't say religious.
You got some spiritual, religious undertones for
sure. Spiritual.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go like, on the religious aspect. But
I think it's actually a testament to his growth, this album, because I know y'all was tripping on me on one of the podcasts. I didn't feel like the Forever Story was that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back and revisited it, and it's a really great album. I think in the 2020s, when we look at that hip-hop, this album is probably one of the only standouts of the 2020s, other than the Clips album. I think that was a really strong album. I just think for me, maybe I just didn't take my time with it. I didn't give it enough burn. You feel me?
Right.
Because it's a lot when you listen to a JID project. It's a lot to take in.
Insane.
You got to take your time with it. You got to let it marinate. This album, though, I think I definitely saw growth on the lyrical side. I know the Eminem joint didn't make the album, but I'm still like, that Eminem joint is insane. But it's really his growth as a lyricist and a storyteller. I do think it's his album. He's really flirting with that elite status as an MC, in my opinion. You know, I know you've seen him as very, very high level already for the past, 5-10 years.
Bro.
But for me, him being able to, I guess, be in this era where he's able to make music comfortably and not really have labels breathing down his neck and calling them, getting at him. He's putting together some very, very, very top tier projects.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I enjoyed it, man. I loved. So a lot of people on the internet was dragging him for the middle of the album because they said it sounded like poppy.
Yeah, it got poppy, but then it got like, it got emotional. Yeah, I don't know how else to put it.
It takes you on a ride. Emotional. You know what's crazy too is it shows us how hypocritical we are as human beings.
Right.
Like there was some bars throughout the album where he was like, he had that religious undertone or the spiritual, and then he turned around like, I'll still smack it in his face type. So it's like, it shows how hypocritical we are as people and as humans, and it's really humanizing us as people, and even him as an MC too, because he comes from a religious background. He comes from his grandmother, being the head of household, teaching him these things, but him being pulled in other directions because, it's the streets and things like that.
Right.
So I love how he draws that parallel. He's not afraid to kind of be hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? I love that. Like, he doesn't paint himself as a perfect guy, you know what I mean? Or a perfect person.
Exactly.
And that's what I think what makes it relatable. Now, I might be the minority in this bitch, but that skate record with Sierra and Nerf Gang,
bro.
Yeah, that's a banger, bro. That's what I was looking for him to have, is having these different kind of records to where he's able to get the radio play or at least bring the music out to the masses. Because didn't he do a record with a rock band a while ago?
Yeah, the Imagine Dragons.
Okay, yeah. And that was a big record.
They are huge.
And people, I've noticed with JID too, as I was listening to the album, you start to kind of dive into their world. You start looking at fans, how they react. You look at comments. You see how things are moving. He really has a bubble of fans that are not hip-hop fans. Does that make sense? Like, they're not like me. I'm a hip-hop fan, so obviously I'm listening to Jay. But like, the way he does his stuff.
My prime example for like somebody like that is Run the Jewels. Like, and I don't even know like how this is about to sound, but like there is some nerdy ass white dudes that absolutely love Run the Jewels.
Yeah.
Like I walk into it was like a video game store one time. I had Run the Jewels shirt on, and they're like, "Oh my God, I love LP. Yeah. He's my favorite."
Well, you gotta realize too that like LP comes from that era of like Cunning Linguists and Swollen Members, and like there's that era of a hip hop crowd that was very like, if you wasn't underground, we wasn't gonna mess with you.
Exactly.
And so it was dope to have kind of Killer Mike join, because to me, Killer Mike in the South, when Outkast was doing anything, to me, Killer Mike, his first album to me is, I hold it in very high regard. Killer Mike's first album, Monster, is incredible. He was one of those guys from the South that had that street edge, and him working with LP, it was just a perfect marriage. So you're combining fan bases.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But like they had, both of them had like this like cult fan base. Like literally JID's fan base is like a cult.
He's like that, bro.
But then you have like
that's
one-offs.
That's why I was telling you when I made that comment about the Forever Story, bro. It was coming at my neck, bro. Now a lot of people, and shout out to the people on YouTube that have been interacting. They don't come from a hateful place, but they're like, bro,
like, yo,
angling from this perspective. So I started listening. I was like, you know what? Let me give this shit another spin, because everybody internalize this shit different. And I used to be at my younger age, bro, and you know me, I used to just listen to an album and I would immediately compare it to something else. I'd be like, yo, that ain't Illmatic. That ain't no Blueprint. That ain't no Cuban Links. You can't do that, because every artist has their own way of presenting their art. So you have to sit down on an album with a clear mind and just hit play. That's what I did with Ghost album. That's what I did with Offset's new album. Shout out to Offset. He got a new album out now. Offset got a project. press play. You go on a ride with them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things gonna connect, some things don't. But the beauty about it is that when you can listen to it without those barriers and those blinders, it makes music more enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? But trust me, them cult fans, they go crazy.
Oh.
Trust me. I known it. Yo, Pap got a cult following too.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Pap's fans are insane, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they're passionate about what he does and how it's done. And I think, you know, Jid's got that same, he's got that same aura about him.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, but I loved it, man. I really enjoyed it. I didn't think it was better than the Forever Story, but I believe that it's not like you went into this new project saying like, oh, it's whack.
Right.
It's not as good as Forever Story. Like, I think it's on the same playing field. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, he didn't sacrifice nothing to make it.
Mm-mm.
He kept doing what he did. And another thing, man, I tell artists all the time, pay attention to promo runs. His album rollout was super dope because he hit a lot of outlets, and
the freestyles.
Yeah, man.
The
pre-lux, like, shout out to him and his team, man. They I really, like I said, he's really, for me, flirting with that elite status at this moment. He's one of those guys where these next 5 years are going to be, like, incredible to watch him get to that new plateau. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I still think he sound like Kendrick too much. But it just is what it is. I guess it's how we sound.
I mean, shit.
You know what I'm saying?
If it worked, it worked.
It worked. Before we get out of here, I wanted to talk just a little bit. I try to get on socials as much as I can, but with family, wife, kids, working, doing this for a living, sometimes you don't get to post things that you want to. But I came across my timeline this week, and I'll probably post a pic here, in post, but. Joel Santana's first album hit 22 years.
Damn.
And it kind of took me aback because his mom, I follow his mom on social media, and she posted it, and she put this like long little post on it, and it took me back because that I've been doing this shit for 22 years, bro. It just put this shit in perspective. Like, I've been doing music related side gigs and hustles and work and jobs for 22 years, bro.
22?
A little over. Damn. So this is a 2003.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. I'm about to be 38 this year, bro.
Damn.
38. But nah, like, the summer of 03 is when I met Els at his store in Harlem. 151st in Amsterdam, meeting his mom, meeting his brother, shout to Twin, shout to Debbie, his mom. That's what set shit off for me to do what I do now. And I was thinking about the album because she had posted the promo advert that went into a lot of the magazines during that time. Back when XXL, The Source, and Vibe were really big, when people actually read fucking books and magazines. And it took me back because that was actually one of the first adverts I had him like sign, like get your autograph type shit. Sign my mixtape, sign my advert. And it brought me back because, and the reason I'm bringing it up today is because I've seen music change over the last 23 years. I've seen it go from we don't identify with some of this shit to where, hey, we are identifying with this next generation of rappers. And it took me back to a period of like, when Dipset had shit in the chokehold, this was prime Diplomats era. Joel's first album about to come out. From Me to You. A week after that, State Property 2 come out. Mm-hmm. And I go back and think about it of how much hip-hop has evolved since then, of how we roll albums out, to the sound of hip-hop, to how people write and produce their records. But also how long I've been in this shit. So for any of y'all, and listen, a lot of y'all fans, you're new to the channel. I appreciate y'all. I'm open to always have that debate and have that dialogue because that's how we bridge, as me as an OG at this point, to the new generation. That's how we bridge and connect. We don't want to make the same mistakes we did back then, right? We don't want to sign the same deals that we made back then. We don't want to create the same music we did back then. We want to evolve this shit and keep it true to the essence of the culture. And I just look at how many doors that shit opened up for me. You know what I'm saying? From working on Jewel's first album to, or short time after that, working on Jim Jones's first album at Koch. To Purple Haze, Cameron's Purple Haze album, Cam's Killer Season album, Duke the God's solo project, J.R. Ryder, Hell Rell solo albums, Diplomatic Immunity 2, Jewel's second album, What the Game's Been Missing. I've been blessed. I've been fortunate to work with some of the greats in this shit and be able to promote and market for some of the dopest albums, and in some cases that are classics. So I bring a lot of knowledge, obviously, to this pod and to this platform, but I also love this shit. And every time I shot Jewel's a text this week. So salute to everybody showing me love on the DJ K Slay mix. I put together not a tribute, but a birthday mix for Slay. And we put up on his YouTube, and shout out to my partners at Mixcloud. It's up there too. And I was digging through all these freestyles Slay had, and Slay used to do. Used to tell the rappers in town, this is my address. Come to my apartment. When you get here, I'm gonna throw the key out the window so you can come upstairs. Because he was recording a lot of these guys in his crib. So I came across this Jewel's and Cam freestyle. So I sent it to Jewel's, and we had a little laugh about it. But there's so much history in what they did and what we've done collectively underneath that Slay umbrella that I hold it near and dear to my heart. But I also tell artists that we came from this era where there were so many positives that came from it, but there was also things we could have done better. And that's what we're going to continue to do, is spread that education and that wealth, because we want this shit to continue. We want this game to be able to prosper. And, we want the next generation like JID to take it to places we never seen. And that kid who's at the breakfast table reading a box of cereal that's coming for JID's spot, we waiting for him to come out and make an impact for the next generation, man. But shout out to Jewel's, man. Like I said, I just want to bring that up because that was a dope kind of highlight this week where I was looking at the promo art and I was like, damn, bro, like, I was a part of that shit, man. A small part, but I was a part of it, and it shows not only am I'm old in this game, I've been in this shit for a long time. I've been doing this shit most of my life. I've been doing this shit more than I didn't do it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
literally,
this is why we do it here, man. That's why we consistent up here. But Tirav, I appreciate you, man. As always, man. Episode 14 in the can. Shout out to my brother Grizz. Shout out to the team, man. Shout out to everybody that's been helping us, man. 50,000 plus views, man, in 6 months. We appreciate everybody locked and loaded with us.
Yes, sir.
One thing I will say before we jet about people watching, a lot of y'all are watching, but a lot of y'all watching are not subscribers. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share it, repost. And let's keep this thing rocking, man. We got a couple guests coming through the next couple weeks. We're going to have some heavy guests from now until September.
Word.
So we got some people coming up. Shout out to my boy Giz. Shout out to CJ. Yeah, I got him coming up in a couple weeks. Shout out to Terminology. We couldn't get him on a show, but he gonna do one with us, I believe, mid-September. I got him kind of tentatively scheduled. Shout out to Saigon. I had a great conversation with him last week. We're gonna connect and get him up here too. So yeah, man, let's keep pushing, brother. Where can they find you on socials, bro?
That kid T _ Rav RAV. All platforms, same shit.
You on all them shits, right? You on TikTok and all that bullshit?
Yeah.
Fucking guy, let these.
Hey man, hey, it's good hip hop news. I ain't gonna lie.
On TikTok?
Like, bro.
Really?
Bro.
We might have to get on that shit.
Yo, they be breaking down shit.
Social media's a bitch, man. Vinny _ Venom is where I'm at, man. All platforms. If you haven't peeped the K-Slay mix, I did put it on our YouTube. So we got a special playlist section of Street Sweeper radio mixes. a little bit of breaking news. I think people saw it coming, but the Drama Hour is every Friday on Rock the Bell, Sirius XM, channel 43, 9 p.m. East. We are also going to be revamping and relaunching Street Sweeper Radio, and I will be your co-host for that. So,
gangster.
Yeah, man, I'm excited about it. We're gonna do some damage on that, and I really want to bring back that aura with Slay of breaking new artists.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of great artists coming up that don't have that platform, so we're gonna give it to them. Appreciate y'all though, man. We out of here. Vinny, Hydro Bar.